Then the next thing in terms of defining your topic is you got to ask yourself, what am I going to talk about? Okay. So get into this defining the actual topic, and do I want to choose something like broad generally, or do I want to get specific, or what are the benefits of doing this exercise?
Ask yourself, what do you know 10 times more about than anybody else? What do you know 10 times more about than anybody else? That's the 10 times question.
Okay.
So if you don't know 10 times more about a subject than anybody else, or you don't want to know more about it, then you can't do it. No one wants to listen to you talk about something where you clearly know less than them, or what you're saying is just straight up obvious. I mean, a podcast is super niched. If I want to hear Captain Obvious, I'm going to watch Good Morning America. And they're like, oh my gosh, Justin Bieber's outside and everyone is so excited. And they go, and then today on the Yada Yada show, Kim Kardashian was doing this. And that's like appeal to everybody. But a podcast has to be niched. You can't focus on like appealing to everybody. So you really, really, really need to ask yourself, what do you know 10 times more or want to know 10 times more about than anybody else?
And how does this relate to, we'll talk about it in the future, is the added benefits, but how does honing in on a specific niche help search engine optimization?
You can become the Wikipedia of that given subject. So if you Google search for the word dog, the Wikipedia comes up top. And the reason why Wikipedia comes up top is because Wikipedia has what? More content than anybody else. So whatever site has the most content and the most high-quality backlinks, and the most Google compliance, and the most reviews. So there's 4 things that allows you to be top in Google. There's 4, just 4. Don't freak out. 1 is whoever has the most original content, HTML content, that's text. 2, whoever has the most backlinks. 3, whoever has the most Google compliant website. And 4, whoever has the most reviews and mobile compliance. So if you have more content than anybody else in the world, you could literally be top in the world for that subject. So if someone's searching for entrepreneur, you could be the guy. They're searching. If you did a podcast about like cat juggling, and I know that was like your other one you were doing. You had like the George Michael one. You had the George Michael phase for a while. You did your podcast where it was like,
there were a lot of them that I just started for maybe 2 episodes, 3 episodes.
Yeah, everything you want to know about George Michael with Marshall Morris.
Yeah,
and then it's like everything you want to know about Sam Smith and George Michael with Marshall Morris. And
that one was a little bit different.
It had more traction.
Yeah.
Now the new one though is pet juggling. Is it cat juggling or is it pet juggling?
It's small pet juggling.
Okay, and there's a lot of people that want to know about that. So, but if that was your niche, people that own pets and aren't concerned about their safety would watch it. So I don't really know. Maybe I guess industrial farmers would watch that. Yeah. People who have a lot of pets but aren't worried about their safety.
So it's a little bit hard to follow small pet juggling, but the next step that you're going to have to ask yourself is who is going to be on the podcast. Now, for all of the people that don't know, I know that you probably already know this, but some of the other thrivers might not.
Somebody looking over your shoulder while watching this episode.
Yeah, exactly. You have to choose either the interview format or the topic format. Now, you have to ask yourself, am I going to host a podcast where I'm going to be interviewing different people, experts, entertaining people to be on the podcast, or am I going to be representing different information, topical information on the podcast? Have you seen the distinguishing difference between these two? Have you seen these two done well?
Yeah, I mean, John Lee Dumas is straight up interview. Every interview he does with Entrepreneurs on Fire is done the same way every time. He does a great job with it. And he gets big names on there and he interviews them about entrepreneurship and he nails it. Tim Ferriss has the 4-Hour Workweek podcast. He does great with that. He also does interviews. He interviews Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he gets who else does he? He has some big Arnold Schwarzenegger. He just had
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. Maybe you've heard of him from such movies as like what was it the cello? Was it the celloist?
The cellist.
The celloist. Yeah. I mean, this guy. He gets the big guys on. He's got Kevin Costner. I know after since Waterworld, he's kind of Robin Hood. Was it Prince of Thieves or something? That was his last big one. But anyone. All I'm saying is he gets the big names on there. You don't have to get the big names. You just have to get the big experts. So if you want to do that, that means now part of your life involves you calling megawatt celebrities or experts and convincing them to be on your podcast, AKA paying them. So you have to pay them or incentivize them to be on there. If you do the other way, you don't need to do that. But now you have to do what? You have to know a lot about your topic, 10 times more.